Hello, this is Dr. Victoria Skirbo, and this is your astrological weather for Monday, February 29th. Happy birthday to all the leap year babies out there. Yes, today is a leap year. Today, the moon starts the day in Scorpio. The moon's been in Scorpio for a few days. It's been a very emotionally intense time. You don't even really need to be interacting with people to have the Scorpio moon make it intense for us, because oftentimes things seem to bubble up out of nowhere when the moon is in Scorpio. It's an opportunity for us to sort of touch the deeper parts of ourselves, especially those parts that we're not necessarily too willing to do. A lot of shadow work occurs when the moon is in Scorpio, and if you happen to have a moon in Scorpio, or even just have predominant Scorpio planets in your chart, you know what I'm talking about. There is no such thing as a superficial experience. Everything is very deep and meaningful, and part of our journey when the moon's in Scorpio is to touch those deep, meaningful experiences. Oftentimes they're connected to betrayal, feelings that we're not all that comfortable with. So it's not an easy time when the moon is in Scorpio. It hasn't been easy. And today the moon does shift into Sag, but before it does, it makes a conjunction to Mars. Mars is in Scorpio. Mars has been in Scorpio for a while now. Mars actually likes being in Scorpio, and when Mars is in Scorpio, we do tend to take action, either to heal our shadow or to express our shadow. So we have been seeing both ends of that spectrum out in the world, and maybe even in our own lives. The last aspect the moon makes is a conjunction to Mars, and Mars is the planet of action, and so we may take an action on our feeling nature. Depending on what we're feeling depends on the action. But then the moon does shift into Sagittarius, and that occurs around, at least on the East Coast, around 6 o'clock at night on the East Coast. And we can feel maybe a lifting of the intensity, which is always a nice thing. And then later in the evening, we have a lovely sextile, opportunistic lines of communication open between Venus, which is now in group-orientated and progressive Aquarius, and Saturn, which is in Sagittarius now, the search for truth. And so we have some opportunity to open lines of communication around truth and around progressive values. So that is something that you might want to look into exploring. Tomorrow here, at least in the north, I live in Massachusetts, and tomorrow is our primary to see who is going to be the nominee for both the Democratic and Republican parties. So there's a real progressive bent right now, and so, but we need to take action on it if we want things to change. So have a great day. Tomorrow's another intense day. We'll talk about it tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow.